we're going to fast forward a year. We've done the 2020 awards way too late. We all know why. So let's go now to the 2021 awards. And of course, we have selected the same awards. We have selected different winners, of course. And let me start with the 2021 President's Award, which has been awarded to Pascal Medal and will be presented by the Council Chair and President of EUROCAE, Bruno Ayral.
As acting President of EUROCAE, it is my duty today to announce the winner of the 2021 President's Award. As well as a duty this year, it is a real pleasure to announce that the winner is Pascal Medal. Pascal recently retired after a career dedicated to aviation and aeroplanes, where he successively put his expertise to the service of French GSE, the JAA, and finally EASA. It is obvious that Pascal had a brilliant and busy career. Yet, the award today intends more precisely to be the recognition of his dedication to standardization in general and EUROCAE in particular. Since 2004, when he joined EASA, he's been involved in the development of standardization bodies. He chaired the EASA International Standardization Committee, which deals with the coordination of EASA activities in the standardization and ICAO fields. After 7 years head of the EASA Experts Department, in 2014, he became EASA Chief Engineer, Direct Advisor to the Director General. At this time, he also joined EUROCAE Council as EASA representative. From then, he played an essential role in strengthening the cooperation between EASA and EUROCAE, for example, during the establishment with EUROCAE of the European Standards Coordination Groups on cybersecurity and unmanned aircraft systems. During all these years where we sat together at the EUROCAE Council, I had the opportunity to witness and esteem Pascal's openness and dedication. So thank you again, Pascal, for your commitment to standardization over all these years. You definitely deserve this President's Award. And now we can wish to Pascal, as a real aviation enthusiast and active pilot, to fully enjoy his new free time flying on board his good old DR 1051 Cecil record. Thank you.
Congratulations, Pascal. A reward well deserved. Sorry for, just like Friedhelm, dragging you out of your retirement, but I'm sure you are not really bored in these interesting times. Elodie has your award. She will show it to you now and will then send it to you. Elodie, please. So you will receive this award in a slightly impersonal way, but nonetheless well-deserved. Congratulations. And Pascal, if you would like to say a few words to our EUROCAE community, please.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Mr. Asterix. And good afternoon to all. It's a real pleasure for me to be invited to this symposium and to this ceremony today. It's also a gift to me to be called and virtually get in contact with familiar and friendly former colleagues. It reminds me of very interesting working times within the EUROCAE family. I would like to say that I'm very honored, both honored and happy to receive this award. I was previously attending the EUROCAE symposium, listening to the awarded folks' speeches, but I never thought it would be once my turn, but time is flying and here we are. I would say a couple of words, bit of history about what did happen between EASA and standardization development organization and EUROCAE. Our ambition at EASA was at the beginning to raise a strong and efficient standard development organization in Europe, being a recognized one and respected partner to the already established one. We thought that the one who could achieve this was EUROCAE for different reasons. Its structures, ways of working, its deep relationship with the RTCA, and to a lesser extent to ACE, and the fact that EUROCAE was already a one. If we compare the current situation to what happened 10 years ago, one could say that during this elapsed time, EUROCAE has become the major partner to EASA. And I would say I would like to thank Christian and his team for this. I will not come back on all the achievement we spoke, and Yves spoke about performance-based regulation supported by industry standards. And in fact, it's already true for certification to a very wide extent. I was one of the 2 persons who were called for this FAA JATR, the Joint Aviation Technical Review for the Boeing 737 MAX. And one of the subjects which was widely discussed during that time was the compliance to the ED 79, the ERB 4754. It was one of the major subjects that you can read even in the report. I would say for ATM, I think that the progress is now ongoing and very promising. EUROCAE will be supported by Eurocontrol, and they will drive the standards for most of the new functionalities and the enhancement. One of the questions for me is the role. They are still remaining as a subject. I think that EUROCAE shall have its shares of the development of standards and shall be the coordinator of the European one, because nobody else can do that. To conclude this legacy part, I would say that we are not far from having achieved the established goal, and I'm very confident that our successor, dear Maria, will further develop and improve this construction. Eventually, I would like to send my thanks to the one who have granted me this great honor, Mr. President Bruno, obviously, Mr. Director General, my dear Christian. I left Christian as Secretary General, now he's Director General. Well done, Christian. My former fellow council members and the working group colleagues, obviously. But last but not least, I would like also to thank the EUROCAE Secretariat, because we have very dedicated and very brilliant people there. I also take, if not taking too much time, the opportunity to add my compliments to both of my very good colleagues, Friedem Runge, has been awarded today, Chief Expert Avionics, for his broad and very brilliant technical support to EUROCAE and EASA and myself in particular during our working time. And Yves, obviously, he was a pioneer, the man who started blending the relationship between the European aviation authorities, and I'm not saying EASA, but even the GAA and the Standard Development Organization, which was also recalled by Michel Alouche. So that is what I wanted to say with a little postscriptum, that retirement is not that bad.
Thank you very much, Pascal. Congratulations again for the award. All the best for your future, and continue to enjoy your free time. Thank you very much. Continuing with the 2021 awards, we go to the Lifetime Achievement Awards. And I think, yes, the next winner really deserves the award like everybody else does. And it is Ken Carpenter for his role in particular in the development of collision avoidance systems in Working Group 75. And the award is presented by the current Secretary of Working Group 75, Garfield Dean.
I'm sure you've all heard of James Bond. Please let me introduce Ken Carpenter. Bond is a womanizer. Ken, after a doctorate at Cambridge, started his career as a meteorologist, which, as you know, is someone who can look into a woman's eyes and tell weather. Bond is a spy, and Ken was employed for a while by GCHQ, the UK Spy Centre. Bond is a jet setter. Ken has travelled to Hawaii, Japan, Australia, and many other places. Much of Ken's travel has been as an expert in airborne collision avoidance systems, such as TCAS. When he started in 1987, data on performance and methodologies for understanding the system were primitive. The problems were so large that the UK was threatening to turn off the system at 20 degrees west. Ken has been one of the key people taking collision avoidance theory from this pre-scientific era to the current day where TCAS is an essential safety net for aviation. To do this, he has used his knowledge in mathematics, grammar, ACAS logic, legal liability and standardization, and a great sense of humor. Ken has always been thinking of the future and is often one step ahead of the rest of us. He's been deeply involved with the next generation of collision avoidance systems, ACAS-X, and was one of the key authors of MASP's to ensure that future generations of collision avoidance systems will work well with each other. However, the comparison with James Bond is not perfect. Bond is always impeccably dressed. Ken is known to slip off his shoes during EUROCAE meetings. Bond drinks dry martinis. Ken would never want you to shake his beer. Finally, Bond is a man I would not like to meet. However, I'm glad to have spent a lot of time with Ken Carpenter. Thank you.
The name is Carpenter, Ken Carpenter. Had I ever known that you once worked for the British spy organization, I would have behaved better during those working group meetings. Congratulations, Ken. An award very well deserved. Elodie, please show Ken what he's going to receive in the next couple of weeks. We have the awards at hand in Saint-Denis, and we will send them off to you. Ken, congratulations. And if you would like to reply to Garfield, please.
Sorry about that. I should follow up first on something I wasn't going to mention. While I worked in GCHQ, I had a colleague called James Bond. And I eventually acquired an assistant who was called Ian Fleming. James Bond had the misfortune of going traveling with yet another colleague whose name was John Lennon, and they had difficulty checking into hotels. I like gadgets, and learning that Garfield was going to be the person to give me this award, I was prompted to wield this gadget. If you can see it, which you probably can't, and it's probably the wrong way around, it says nailing masps. This is an award to a number of us, actually from Garfield, for nailing the masps that he referred to. I started working on TCAS over 30 years ago. And the first thing that I discovered is something that a number of people have referred to, and that is the great reliance on everyone around you. And in my experience, the enormous diversity of skills and professions that came to the table. And that was incredibly stimulating. Naming particular people is difficult and invidious, but there are three names that I want to call out. Harry Hutchinson, an early colleague of mine who is still working in the area, or was until recently, who always preferred to work in the engine room. A few months after he joined us, I went to his office, I looked down at his desk and I said, expletive deleted, Harry, you've discovered my diagram. You'll find it works much better if you rotate the x-axis through 45 degrees. The next person is Bill Booth, who more of you have probably heard of, who used to walk along the corridor in the direction of my office, asking himself, how am I going to make this bad enough for Ken to believe it? The last person, most of you have probably heard of, was John Law, who has been my longtime customer and my colleague on many trips to the United States, where we enjoyed very many American IPAs, or in my case, Imperial Stouts. Thank you all. Thank you, EUROCAE. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Alex. Thank you all very much. Of course, Garfield.
Thank you very much, Ken, for these words. Thank you for reliving some of your history. Congratulations again for this award. Enjoy it and enjoy the time that you have right now. Thank you very much. The Working Group Leadership Award for 2021 will go to Marc Ponson, and it will be presented by the chair of the Technical Advisory Committee of EUROCAE, Eric Bouchard.
The leadership of Working Group 14 Environment is a long story, as its wide domain continuously evolves, driving the need for improvements, additions, and further developments of the famous standard EB14. For already 20 years now, Marc Ponson has been leading Working Group 14. Not really from the beginning, as the story of the Working Group 14 began even earlier than that, but still, Marc has the knowledge to ensure that all topics are properly and fairly addressed. Marc always shows an upright, consistent, and positive behavior, thus ensuring the right mindset in Working Group 14 and keeping the people engaged and motivated to provide the best standard for industry on the long term. Marc works at Airbus Helicopters. He began EUROCAE activities in the early 90s, first in Working Group 33 about HIRF, and afterwards a subgroup of Working Group 14 that produced ARP 5583 ED107 user guide for aircraft HIRF certification, released in 2010. Around year 2000, Marc took the chairmanship of the working group. One of the key aspects of the activity is to ensure the collaboration with RTCA Special Committee 135. This allowed him to value the experience acquired in the Iraq rulemaking group and to continue experiencing the pleasure of helping colleagues to reach the best consensus. Since then, Marc continues chairing Working Group 14. DO 160 ED14 is now at revision G, and the revision H is under preparation. In the meantime, Working Group 14 produced ED234, a user guide to ED14, and recently launched an activity to support environmental certification for ground segment of UAS. Congratulations.
Working Group 14, that must be the oldest still existing EUROCAE working group, and you've been leading it now already for 20 years. Truly an achievement. Congratulations, Marc, for this well-deserved award. And like with all the other winners, you will receive the award by mail, because unfortunately, as said, we cannot be together physically. But to make sure that you really show what you're going to get, Elodie will now present the award to you. Please, Elodie. So that is what you're going to get, Marc. Thank you very much. Great achievement. And if you would like to say a few words, the floor is yours.
Thank you, everybody, for presenting that award, and thank you, Eric, for your nice words. I feel honored, and I do recognize the privilege it is to receive that award. I must say it was a privilege since the beginning working with EUROCAE, because I started as a young engineer, and it was really therefore a privilege to encounter all those skilled engineers, not only from EUROCAE, by the way, but as you said, working with SAE, working with RTCA as well, all motivated professional, and above all with a very positive mindset in achieving the consensus, whatever the initial differences in point of view may be. So that was, and that has been and still is, a real pleasure indeed. Last but not least, I have to say it's a privilege to be supported by such a professional team as EUROCAE staff. I want to thank in particular Anna von Groot, that supported me some years ago, and now it's the turn of Sergio Marzak, and also RTCA secretary as well, who allow the very efficient collaboration, which is key for our worldwide standard, of course. I hope this will continue in the same manner, and in the manner we had been working face to face 2 years ago, because as it was said, it's really a key part of the pleasure and of the efficiency of the working group to be able to set together. Thank you a lot again, and see you soon, I hope.
Thank you very much, Marc. Yes, we all hope that we can get together again face to face very soon. Congratulations again for this award, and all the best. It's a very special pleasure for me to put our new Director General of EUROCAE to work, because he is going to present our next award, and that is the 2021 Global Harmonization Award, which will be presented to Denis Bouvier.
EUROCAE 2021 Global Harmonization Award goes to Denis Bouvier. Denis Bouvier is a leader in the Joint Working Group 62 and RTCA Special Committee 159, which is very active on GNSS and in particular on eGNSS. Having been a member of Working Group 62 since 2013, Denis also attended Special Committee 159 meetings well before the two groups became joint, ensuring that Special Committee 159 was already aware of the key requirements of ED 259. This ensured a seamless migration of the development of ED 259A into the newly formed joint group. His activity in RTCA Special Committee 159 made him the logical leader to integrate RTCA document 229, the ESPAS requirement satellite-based augmentation system L1 requirements into ED 259A to cover ESPAS L1 functionality into the future dual frequency multi-constellation ESPAS receivers. His large spectrum on technical skills have permitted in-depth debates with the best specialists of each domain to ensure the completeness and clarity of the ED 259A MOPS requirements. Denis, a special thanks also from my side. I'm an active pilot flying regularly LPV approaches, using the system. Engineers and I would say leaders like you have developed and made that happen for us as pilots and made aviation safer. This has indeed made big steps forwards in aviation, and I look forward to have a full integration of a dual frequency multi-constellation system in the future. Thanks for your contribution. Thanks for your input, and thanks for participating in Working Group 62 at EUROCAE.
Starting up a joint activity with RTCA is difficult enough. Joining two existing groups in a successful way is a nightmare, but you managed it, Denis. Thank you very much for your contribution to EUROCAE. Congratulations to the Global Harmonization Award. Elodie will show you the award now. Again, you will receive it in the near future. Elodie, please. And Denis, if you would like to address us, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this award. Thank you very much for the kind words, maybe a little bit exaggerated. And I'm just very lucky to work with very good and brilliant engineers and research workers in Working Group 62 and with SC 159. So thank you to all these people, and we still have a lot of work to do before releasing MOPS for GPS and Galileo equipment. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Denis. Again, congratulations and all the best for you and your family in the future.
Thank you.
Coming to the Best Contribution Award for 2021, it will be presented by the Vice Chair of our Technical Advisory Committee, Jean-Marc Loskos, and he will present the award to Dr. Iklas Selmi.
I am doubly honored to deliver this award. As the TAC Vice Chair, I am pleased to recognize the successful association of researchers to standard developing working group, in particular with respect to satellite technology. In this context, Dr. Iklas Selmi contributed significantly on Galileo signal distortions, enabling the update of MOPS for airborne equipment, supporting dual frequency multi-constellation systems with improved resilience and robustness globally. Secondly, as an ENAC alumni, I am also very proud to realize that ENAC is capable of attracting impressive researchers at postdoc position while associating research to industry. Indeed, the contribution of Dr. Iklas Selmi has been conducted via ENAC membership to EUROCAE Working Group 62 on Galileo. Thank you.
Congratulations, Niklas, for this well-deserved award. Thank you for your dedication and for your contribution to the EUROCAE working groups. Again, Elodie has the award still at hand. She will show it to you right now. Thank you, Elodie. It's a great pleasure to hand this award over to you. And if you would like to say a few words, please.
So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for this kind word and thank you for the award. I'm really grateful to receive such an award, and I also appreciated to receive the announcement of the award on Women's Day. It's very motivating and inspiring to receive it at that day. And I want also to say that this award made the year 2020 less difficult, since I spent long time working because of the confinement and because there is nothing else to do. And so I'm very happy that my work was appreciated and rewarded. So I would like to thank Working Group 62 members for proposing and supporting my nomination. And I'm also so grateful for my ENAC colleagues who worked with me on this, on the EUROCAE contribution, and who also supported my nomination. It is a working team. I mean, it's a team working who made this contribution. Who made this contribution worthy of the award. So thank you again, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for this award.
Thank you very much, Niklas. Congratulations once more. All the best for your future, for you and your family. Thank you. This brings us to the last award of this year. It is the International Award. It will be presented to John D. Fisher by the chair of Working Group 98 Emergency Locator Transmitters, Philippe Plantin de Hugues.
The 2021 International Award goes to John Fisher for his dedication and contribution to Working Group 118, Crash Protected and Lightweight Flight Recorders. He assumed leadership of subgroups where needed and provided invaluable contribution both in quantity and in quality to the work program of the group. John is recognized technical expert, able to resolve issues the group considered unsolvable. His role is considered to be a relevant factor to the successful development of the Working Group 118 deliverables. I've been in contact with John for a few years now, and I can tell you that the membership appreciation is exactly the same in all the working groups he participates in. I know that when, as a chairman, I need a detailed review of a document, John will provide efficient comments in a short period. John Fisher has worked in the aviation industry since 1985. He worked aircraft maintenance issues and acted as an accident investigator in the US Air Force from 1985 until 2005. In 2005, he managed the surveillance certification program for the US Air Force and assisted in revising EUROCAE ED733E, the MOPS for secondary surveillance radar modest transponders. From 2010, John helped manage US Federal Aviation Administration surveillance policy until 2016, when he began to manage investigative technology policies like global aeronautical distress and safety system and the time recovery of flight data. John assisted in revising ED62B, MOPS for aircraft emergency locator transmitters, and is currently the member of Working Group 118 working to update the ED 112 MOPS for crash-protected airborne recording system. Thank you.
Unfortunately, John is not able to join us today because he is spending some long-planned and well-deserved vacations in the middle of nowhere in Alaska. Thinking about it, not a very bad place to be right now, but Elodie has got his award. Please show it to our audience, Elodie, and we will make sure that John receives the award in time. Thank you. So this brings us to the end of our 2020 and 2021 awards session. You know, they can forbid me to hug my mom and they can forbid me to meet my friends in a pub, but they cannot forbid me to do one thing, and that is to say congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to the EUROCAE team for a fantastic symposium. And I raise my glass to all of you and I say cheers.